The new era is here, the old Eragon. Okay, yeah, I'm here with no headband. We're unleashing the forehead, bro, and it's going to allow me to think faster, think harder. Rogue has finished their roster, chat, and it's a fucking banger. You know how much this increases their placement in my tier list by? It's not that much, but it makes them a lot more interesting, right? Bro, this team is full schizo. I love it. I love it. What team get rated? So we're gonna make a tier list, chat. I've got evidence. I've done reviews of new players, right? Chat. I've got interesting points on players you might not have watched. It's gonna be interesting, yeah. And how do people normally make these tier lists? Yeah, first place usually first. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, listen. Koi is first. Koi is first for sure. Yeah, Mad Koi first. They're officially rebanded to Koi. Let's get started, chat. So I want to make a little disclaimer beforehand. Right, before I get into this tier list, what do I value in tier lists, in teams, and stuff like this? What do I value? Well, when it comes to winter splits, the first split of the year, I value the teams that keep their core together. So let me get up Epic Pen, right? And the reason for that is that you cheat a lot of the synergy issues that you might have at the start, and you know how to play already. And what team was already good, and what team kept the majority of their core together? And that is Koi. Right? Koi. You hard disagree? That's fine. I think I've got a lot of evidence in past splits, past years already. From last year, BDS and G2 and shit like this. So you might see this. You're like, okay, but G2's great. But they got rid of Yike, they got rid of Mickey, and it's in like a new dynamic with mid jungle, support jungle, brand new pairings everywhere. Right? Finn Seamless, yeah. Koi, how do they like to play? What's Koi's core? Well, Koi, they fucking love to play Elyoya, Super Alvaro together, run around the map, strong side of lane, and do all that sort of shit. You know, they always played through these three. This was their core. They had Mirwin as a wild card, and they just had a weak mid laner. So, when it came to Koi, what did I look for? What did I look for in Koi? I simply looked at Jojo, and I reviewed him, and I wanted to see, is my guy Jojo a good laner? Because that's all they need. Bro, how do you upgrade Koi? Well, their mid lane, look, I'm sorry, he was really weak. Frescowy was really weak, yeah? So what do I look at? Well, I look at all his VODs. And look, granted, I couldn't look at every single JoJo VOD. I couldn't. Do you know why? Because first of all, Riot, what the fuck, man? I could not watch another fucking Corky Smolder Ivan game if I wanted to. I just could not. I watched a bunch of them, but my god, bro, reviewing JoJo was so fucking boring. I could not do it. I could not bring myself to do it. But it's an improvement. Why is it an improvement? It shows adaptability. Also, his laning was great, dude. I loved his LeBlanc, right? He was actively getting leads solo, finding solo kills, and creating great wave states for himself, right? On his own, right? I believe there's a solo kill somewhere at one point. The point is, he can lane, and I don't care about anything else. Dude, I don't care about anything else. For Scowy, he wasn't it. He couldn't lane. Jojo can, and that's all I care about. He also brings a more varied champion pool. He can actually play AD mids. I think Frescowy was very tied down to being only, like, good in the Karma Nico meta. Chat, do you remember Karma Nico meta? Karma Nico meta was so inflated for so many mids, and it was just freeload, because you just push and do whatever with your jungle. And it was very, very easy to play. And then the second it went from Karma Nico meta to AD carry meta, so many mid laners, I feel like, got exposed. It was the same in jungle when it went from like tanks or whatever the fuck it was to AP junglers. So I like this. You know, what do Koi need? Koi need to keep the same core together and introduce a stronger mid. Jojo's a stronger mid. He's not going to be a detriment in lane. So I like Koi. Koi are number uno. Now, the only argument, in my opinion, when it comes to a team that could be placed next is I think that you could put Fnatic first. But I'm going to put them second because for the same argument, they actually kept some of the core together, right? Razak Humanoid as a duo, right? That's great. Right? They're together, but it's a new bot lane. Jungle supports a new pairing, right? And these two players are fantastic, and they know how to win. Mickey knows how to win League of Legends in Europe. He's fantastic, right? Obviously. But it's a new pairing, and things take time to figure out. What I do fully expect, chat, is for the order to be like this come spring and summer. I do. Yeah? I do. I fully expect it. But winter split, this is a winter split tier list. I expect it to be like this. And that's because it takes time to figure stuff out, yeah? But I'm not contradicting myself. Winter tier list, winter, I expect it to be like this, and then it flips around once, you know, they work out how to play together and what their identity is. That's what I think. Okay, but yeah, fantastic, really, really good individual players, right? And new pairings, which means they aren't first for me. And I think Razor Humanoid are fine for EU. Okay, then third is G2. Third is G2, chat. Third is G2. I mean, bro, what can you say about G2? That's not obvious, bro. I guess I'll talk about Skumond a little bit, because I feel like people don't really know Skumond. I've casted Skumond officially now, right? And I've reviewed a bunch of him. I've reviewed a bunch of him. But the big thing is, I mean, they've got the best solo laners in the history of the West, right? Like, what else can you say? Labrov is okay, but he was a bit... I feel like people don't talk about how shaky Labrov was in summer. Chat, do you remember how shaky Labrov was in summer? In regular season, chat? He kept... The amount of times that I saw him die, get caught in river, or like face check and die. And I know engaged supports were dying worldwide at that point, but it was so much, and it was all game losing. It's definitely not an upgrade. It's not an upgrade, by the way. It's nowhere near an upgrade. And it wasn't... The problem was, chat, these deaths weren't for anything. It's not like enemy team were losing waves on the other side of the map. They weren't losing time. They were just random, and they were bad, right? Now, Mickey's deaths sometimes made sense. Labrov's don't. But that was just one split in summer. That was where I was really hypercritical of Labrov. Most of the time, I actually thought Labrov was great. I love his rel. You know, is fantastic on these engaged champs and Rel specifically. But he's definitely a downgrade. Mickey greater than Labrov. And also his sum was very shaky. So I'm a bit like question mark. They need to change something. I disagree. I think they should have kept going. I disagree. I wish these two stuck together and ran it back and prayed for a good meta for them. I think it would have been great. Or they just changed jungle. If they just changed Yike, I'd be happy. All right. Skumond chat. What is Skumond? Well, Skumond is a Nunu one-trick turned pro jungler. A couple of these players, I'm going to highlight them right now. Skumond, fucking... Oh, Yoppa's not LEC. Yeah, I'm sad, bro. Where is he? Carlson. They started playing in my final year of pro, and I scrimmed and played against them in pro. Competitive stand. These are new players, so I know them quite well. Can you move the camera to the bottom right? Yeah, I can do that. Thanks for the suggestion. Skumond, he was trash. He was a Nunu OTP, and we said, ban Nunu, this guy can't do anything. Now he's one of the best prospects in Europe, so who fucking knows what's going on there. But when I reviewed him, he was best at champions that influenced early a lot. I think, to me, when I watched him, like, eye test, I liked his Viego, his Jarvan, and his Vi a lot. Those were, like, his best champs to me. So if they're meta, you know, I think Skumond will do really well. But he also played a bunch of, like, AP junglers at the time. I remember his Zyra, so, you know, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I think he looks decent, maybe a slightly overhyped. But definitely, like, a preference to playing, like, these early game junglers and gank a lot. Specifically, I liked his Jarvan a lot. I don't know why. I don't know. It stuck to me. Carlson, chat. I'll quickly go over, like, some of these rookies that I played with. Carlson is... Actually, no, we'll go over it when we get to them. But yeah, so this is the roster. I expect them to be third because they'll have growing pains. Maybe by the end of playoffs, they'll be highly ranked again. But I expect them to be third. And Koi, for the reasons already said. All right. And I know this will get a lot of hate. Chat, I think there are arguments to do this. I think there are arguments to do this. I think there are arguments to do this. This is like just a 50-50 here, bro. Right? But I think the strongest argument is Koi on top. All right, who do I think is next? Let me see what I wrote down. So I think now the middle of the pack is where it gets dicey. With the addition of Rogue's roster being released, chat, if you've just gotten here, Rogue's roster is now Adam, Maurang, Larson, Patrick, Execute, which is pure cinema, by the way. It's pure cinema. So Adam, Maurang, Larson, Patrick, Execute. Yeah? Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Why do you hate cinema? Look, listen, this roster is so funny, bro. This roster went from... Okay. All right, so we have the middle of the pack, right? So who do I think is middle of the pack? Chat, who do I think is middle of the pack? Well, I think for sure Rogue. I think Giant X. Let me get up BDS. And before I had Casey, bro, I just realized I circled half the rosters. What's the point in that? Like, before it wasn't Rogue, man. Oh, so the problem I'm having right now is the middle of the pack's the hardest to place. Yeah. Before I saw Larson, Patrick, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a bottom tier roster. Yeah. But now you have the addition of these three psychopaths that it makes them really interesting. And now I can see them above some of these, yeah? I can see them above, can I? I can see them above KC for sure, right? I could see this above KC, but then I could also see, dude, I could see them above Giant X, but then I see BDS above them. So let's do that order. Let's do that order for now. I think if overthinking this is too difficult. I think overthinking this is too difficult. So what did I say? BDS, Rogue, Giant X, KC. BDS, and I'll go over my reasonings. Oh, I think this is really difficult. This is really difficult. I don't know where to go. Okay, we'll talk about it. So first, BDS. I'm a big Relevant fanboy. He's like one of the only few Renekton players that we have are really good. 113 is a question mark. I think Nuke is really solid. Ice and Paris are also really solid. I casted Paris for about 3 years now, and I think the biggest strength Paris has is he can unironically play everything. Paris, the first time I casted him, he was playing Lux, Caitlyn lanes. Next time I casted him, Thresh lanes. After that, Engage support. He plays everything. It's fantastic. And he's really mechanically good. The best thing that stood out to me was the eye test on his Lux, which sounds really dumb, but he fucking... Bro, he was so clean with it. Like, the movement he has... The movement he has is really nice, and it's super mechanical. I love Paris for, like, his mechanics. And that's what I saw in him over the time. Every single time I casted him. Really, really nice mechanics, chat. Keep an eye on his mechanics and just watch him play, because it's really good. Nuke, everyone knows Nuke by now, chat. Ice is really good as well. So they've just got really good backline carries. A new support who I think is... Chat, I think he's an upgrade over Labrov. I think Labrov is very one-dimensional, and Paris is an upgrade. I mean, there's a reason G2 wanted Paris as well, right? 113 is a bit... I never liked 113, chat. 113 was Astralis roster, right? Where did Rahel go? Rahel is here. I never liked 113. Chat, wasn't 113 the emote spammer? It was leader 113, and I kind of, I don't know, bro. Okay, so what does 113 like? He's the psychopath jungler who likes to do a load of random. Oh my god, chat, we have 113 Malrang, dude. Can you guys imagine 113 Malrang games? 113 Malrang games? Oh my god, I want to see BDS versus Rogue. 113 Malrang games should be funny as fuck, dude. Assuming they play like they used to. All right, anyway. Dude, Malrang 113 games. That'd be funny as hell. All right, but yeah, I think dude. It's fine. I think this roster, this whole bot side chat, this bot side and the top lane is fantastic, and a 113 has to prove himself. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'll leave it there. And then becomes the hard part, right? And then the next part is really, really hard. The next part is really, really hard. I think, by the way, for the record, I think Irrelevant and Gen X are very similar players. Right? Irrelevant and Gen X are very similar players, in my eyes. Actually, chat, no, genuinely, chat, genuinely, the more I look at this roster, the more I'm like, where's the firepower? I guess it's Nuke. I guess Irrelevant has decent laning, but I don't see any, like, superstar players. And Nuke, I guess. I think Gen X is really good. I've casted him a lot of EMEA Masters now. I think he's really, really solid. He's a super solid, Irrelevant style top laner, in my opinion. Yeah, I firepower though. I guess. In my eyes, Ice was always best on like these utility styles. He also had like a bout with Zeri and Aphelios and shit like this, but like his Jhin Varus were goated for him. Irrelevant's like a weak side kind of like generic top laner that plays Cassante, Renekton, Nuke, control mages. I feel like this roster lacks a little bit of oomph. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel like this could be my worst prediction. Chat, I'm a bit scared. I don't know where to place BDS. It's a rough one. Dude, chat, fuck it. Should I just put Rogue there? Oh, fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Let's just put Rogue there, man. Like, who cares? All right, next is Rogue. Let's talk about Rogue. Okay, so, look, I want to make this really clear. Yeah? I want to make this really clear. Before Malrang Execute got announced, and it was just Patrick Larson. Right, dude, this fucking roster looks so bad. This roster looked so bad, dude. Patrick, okay, look, I'm a Patrick hater, okay? And I don't know, I feel like I'm going schizo because over the past 5 years, every person I've talked to has tried to gas up Patrick so much, and I don't know why. Right? It's very strange. whenever I watch Patrick, bro, I feel like I just can't trust this guy with a lead. He'll have a lead, right? And then one game comes to mind where he was playing against G2, and he's Xayah in mid lane with ult under his tower, and he just gets Cassante Q3'd into kidnapped by BB under his own tower, and he has ult. And I'm just like, bro, the amount of times he mispositions and they lose his lead or something like this, and it's on Patrick, I just can't trust him. And I think there are just a lot better AD carries. So bottom tier carry for me, and very uninspiring roster when it comes to Patrick plus Larson. I know Larson's like a multi-year deal. But then they introduce this! Then they introduce Malrang Adam, and it's the most psychotic fucking bot lane ever. Chat, so let me show you something, yeah? I have been incidentally reviewing Malrang games. Because in my free time, when I'm like on the train or something, I will listen to casting, right? This is how I try and absorb casting. And so I was reviewing Caedrel's cast alongside Dracos. Listen. So let me mute a sec.
They were always
listen. Go to duo, by the way. And I've been watching Malrang. Dude, this guy... Bro, Malrang is so fun to watch, man. I love him. Chat, Malrang is so psychotic. So, a while back, chat, the game was changed so that junglers really want a full clear, right? Like, they just want a full clear. And I remember this was about the time that, like, full clear meta was a thing. Let me mute Caedrel's cast. But Malrang didn't care, dude. Malrang didn't care. He just fucking... And this is where I think Malrang shines. Now, funnily enough, chat, Malrang is playing against Adam here. Right? He's playing against Adam here. I've seen this full game. Dude, watch Malrang, yeah? We have Malrang Sejuani. Watch him. Let's put it on 2x speed. Look at Adam playing psychotic. Now, imagine if Adam had a Malrang to back him up. Malrang, what does Malrang see? Malrang sees heavily volatile trades in topside and a flashless top laner. Now, Adam has a dilemma here. He knows that it's Malrang, and he can probably get level 2 or 3 ganked, right? He needs to crash this ASAP. Or he needs his jungle to cover, but then he's making a Vi cover, and it's like a bit annoying. So, let's watch what he does. He needs to crash it ASAP. Sugenda's job here is to try and hold this as much as he can, because he knows that he's going to get a gank, because he's trading volatility. But Adam's also now. Now Adam can't crash, and it's a level 2 gank. Oh my god. Chat, you remember how well Malrang would avoid vision? Oh, it's a lazy ward from Adam as well. But I mean, this doesn't save him here. It's flashless. Chat, why is top lane so tight? What is that? Ew. And he's dead. Bro, Malrang plus Adam is the most psychotic duo I have ever seen, and I pray that Malrang still plays how he used to. I pray. Chat, when you think of Malrang, you should think of Jarvans. Now, I will say... Malrang has been nerfed, chat, because you know what Malrang used to do? He used to be the connoisseur of buying a stopwatch and diving. But stopwatch has been removed. So will we see arm guard rush Jarvan? Malrang is so fucking ill. Zonya's Jarvan. So yeah, I have a lot of faith in the top side here. I think Adam's very good for the LEC. I think Malrang knows how to win in the LEC. Execute, I think, is great. And this is just the most psychotic winning roster I've ever seen. So I'm going to actually put them here. This might be wrong, yeah? This might be wrong. This might be very wrong, but I have faith. My only concern with this roster is that their carries are not good. I think maybe Larson's fine, but I have no faith in Patrick. I think he's probably the worst AD carry in the league. Yep. Okay, next. Reasoning for Giant X. So I've reviewed a lot of the... So we know Noah Jun, guys. I don't need to talk about Noah Jun, yeah? I don't need to talk about Noah Jun. Jackie's, I don't need to talk about. I think I was the first person to hype up Jackie's, actually. I did a segment on the LEC where I reviewed Jackie's mechanics in spring, early spring. But I saw, like, this guy, iTest, he was really good. And now he's, like, the GOAT. Closer's back. Closer was decent on KC. And Lot, I feel like Lot people have questions about, yeah? So I'm just going to quickly go over Lot. Now, what is Lot, chat? Lot is a top laner. And I was kind of impressed with him. I casted him. I've done a bunch of reviews on him. What is he? Well, he has been playing versus Nako, chat, who's the Vitality top laner now. And look, I'm going to be frank with you. He was getting the better of Naknako a lot. He was getting the better of Naknako a lot. My fraud, chat. But he's a very standard top laner. He played a lot of Gnar, a lot of Renekton, right? And that's going to be a theme you guys are going to notice with a lot of the rookie top laners. They all play Renekton, Gnar, Cassante, and it's kind of boring, right? But Naknako doesn't. Who cares, though, when Lot was just fisting anyway, right? Lot was actually just fisting anyway. There were a lot of skirmishes where Lot just micro-outplayed, baiting into ganks and playing a role around the fact that his jungler was topside. I'll show you one of them if I can find it. A lot of the time, Lot was just straight up winning, yeah? Naknako was struggling in the pure isolated 1v1. And then I think after, so here, look at this. Lot is in a 1v1. He paths to his jungler. It's just a nice little opportunity that Lot creates. He leaps in. So Lot knows that this is going to be an all-in. What does that mean? Well, then he needs help, right? Kiting out the thing. Good morning, Prawn the Frog. We're just going over some LEC roster placements. And he's going to kite out with the transformation. And Bukada comes. Lot is spam pinging on the way because he's baited Naknako into an all-in. He's in his head. Lot plays this extremely well. Super well, right? So I think this guy is solid. I think he's better than Naknako. And of all the new top laners, chat, of all the new top laners, I mean, who are the new top laners? It's Lot, it's Genax in a way, he's back. Naknako, Carlson. I think Lot's the best. I mean, maybe not better than Genax. But yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm focusing on this right now. So Giant X lands solidly here. I think the solo laners are good. Noah John are really good, though. Wait, I can't put them low. I can't put them that low. Wait, am I really putting BDS down here? Bro, there's no way I'm putting BDS down. Chat, I'm not going to lie. LEC's kind of stacked. Maybe I have to put Rogue lower. I think above Rogue. Yeah, maybe. But I love Rogue Spice, dude. I love Rogue Spice. I just hate Patrick, chat. What do you think about Carlson? I'll talk about Carlson in a second, chat. When we get to Heretics, which might be a little while. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, chat. If you're taking anything away from this, I think the middle of the pack is really difficult to place, and I think you can make arguments for any of them. For now, no. I can't do it. I think something's wrong with this. But 113. Okay, so the big question is, right? I see 113 as a flaw in this team. I see Patrick as a flaw in this team, but I see no flaws in Giant X roster. I don't. The interesting thing is, chat, if you didn't know this, Giant X have moneyballed their scouting. They did some kind of algorithm shit to find Jackies, and they've done the same to find Lot. It's quite interesting. So, you know, maybe he's the next Jackies of mid lane. You know what? I'm going to have faith. I'm going to do this. Oh, it's so cringe, bro. No, I can't put a roster with Patrick in it that high. I can't do that. Sorry, chat. I can't put a roster with Patrick in it that high. Rogar's 6th. And then KC comes 7th. Okay, KC comes 7th. My big problem with KC, chat. My big problem with KC. Jesus, man. I feel like we have the same player in every single role. I feel like they're all the same fucking player, bro. Bro, who talks, man? And I know this is very generic info, but, bro, Yike, okay, to me, what is Yike? Yike is giga micro jungle, bro. Yike's micro is crazy. I love Yike's micro. When I think of Yike, I think of his Lily. I think of his Viego. Chat, there's a team fight, which I wouldn't be able to find, where he Viego, and he plays the team fight so well, he takes Vi, becomes a better Vi than the enemy team. And he just pops off dude, his micro. I was so impressed with so many things Yike did micro-wise. But I think these are all the same player, and they're all quiet. Targamas will talk XDD. Yeah. I mean, that's probably blown out of proportion. I'm probably blowing it out of proportion as well. But I just don't think this roster has the... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't like saying shot calling. I feel like it's super generic and just useless. But you know what I mean, yeah? All right, next one. That's my problem with Casey. All right, next one is probably... Okay, now this is hard. All right, so who's next, chat? We got bottom tier now, yeah? KC is like fringe between bottom and mid pack. I think they're probably bottom tier as well. SK, Vitality, and Heretics. Yeah. So Where are they placed? All right, let's quickly go over the new rookies, yeah? I've reviewed them all. Naknako, Carlson. Oh, and Camillu. I haven't reviewed Camillu. Granted, I haven't reviewed Camillu. That's the one person I haven't seen. I saw Camillu on the NNO tournament, and he leaped under tower as Tristana with 100 HP and died. I don't know what he was thinking, but I feel like that's all I need to see. Okay, so let's start with Loopy. Okay, Loopy was in the LLA, if I remember right. Chat, Loopy, LLA player. But career before that, yeah? Damwon Academy, loads of academy teams, challengers teams, yeah? He's been hanging around LCKCL for a long time, apparently. And then he played Isurus, and I think he came third. Yeah, I think he came third, if I'm correct. I reviewed a bunch of his games, and it was kind of hard to see anything special about him. I'm not going to lie. He seemed very, very average. He came third in the playoffs. And a lot of the time, to be honest, he did seem like he was getting griefed by his AD carry a little bit. I remember watching one game where he was on Leona, if I'm not wrong. He has a smolder AD carry. He has a smolder AD carry, I think. Does he have a smolder AD carry? Yeah, he has a smolder AD carry. So, he had a smolder AD carry. He would find great windows to roam. I think it's here. Like, he would find great windows to roam, right? And he'd want to play with the CC. I think his mid 6, right? So he's trying to find a roam onto mid with the CC, with the ulti, and blah, 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 and find kills, because Jace is very susceptible to roams. And chat, like, importantly, his AD carry, the wave is pushing into him eventually, right? It will eventually push. But, wait, I think even before this, it looked better than this, no? Look. So he keeps queuing the wave and pushing, and I know Smolder wants stacks, but I'd rather stay alive than that, right? So, this keeps happening, and then the wave keeps pushing whilst Loopy is roaming, right? Instead of letting the wave push back. And then the Smolder dies, and it punishes the roam so badly. Look how bad the wave state is, bro. And he does this multiple times, and it tilts the fuck out of me for Loopy, right? Because then Loopy's like, oh shit, wait, your wave is pushing? I thought I left it on a good state. So Loopy wraps back around, and now Smolder's dead. Oh, bro. Dude, fucking Smolders. I feel bad for Loopy in that regard. I remember watching that, I was like, oh god, poor Loopy. So, I don't know. It felt kind of hard to judge Loopy. It did feel kind of hard to judge Loopy watching him. He just felt like a stock standard engaged support player. Like, weirdly though, I will say, Loopy had one game... Chat, Loopy got one game on Rel, I think, like the whole year. It might have been 2. Which is weird to me because I feel like Rel was just the best support all year. But where would I place them? I don't like Isma, chat. I'm not a big fan of Isma. I feel like Isma had an identity crisis. Chat, what should I order for lunch today? Help prawn, chat. Help prawn. I like Jenax. I like Rahel. Rika, I'm not a big fan. I think this roster is not great. I think Rahel's so good. Chat, Rahel's elo held on this roster, I think. But Jenax is really good. I like Jenax. I like Rahel Jenax on this roster. I don't want to be a hater, you know? Big old burrito? Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, placing this... Okay, you know what, chat? We're going to start with last. Okay, last is easy. It's Heretics. I'm sorry. It's Heretics. Oh god, is it? It might be Vitality. Okay, I'm biased. Chat, I'm biased. I'm a huge Kazi fan. I'm a huge Hilly fan. And I'm a huge Pad fan because he's like one of my close friends. Yeah, I'm biased. I'm going to go with Vitality. I'm not last place. But they might be. I think... Please don't become last place. I want to be wrong. I'm going to go with Heretics last. All right, chat, who is Carlson? Okay, because I feel like a lot of people are going to ask this. All right, Carlson was someone I scrimmed against. He used to play on Astralis Academy. Yeah. And look, chat, I pride myself on my ability to play mechanically well in lanes. I could play lanes out versus pros. I'm very solid mechanically, right? I mean, you guys see me solo kill pros, right? I think I solo killed Shigenda the other week. I solo killed Perks. Like, I'm good in lane. But there are players that I cannot play against, right? There are players that just gap me. And Finn is one of them. Who else? BB gaps me every time. Adam gaps me every time. Right? This is just how it is. It's just how it is. Carlson was actually really hard to play against, yeah? Carson was actually really hard to play against. Now, Carson, chat, so I liked him for his micro. I think he was like 16 or 17 when he joined. And he's great at champs like, nah, Kasanse. Can we be original, please? Please, can we be original? But he had really good micro, right? He had really good micro. Who else would gap you if Renekton's banned? The entire fucking server. The entire server gaps me. But yeah, Carson had really good micro. If I remember anything, it was his micro in lane and being difficult to lane against, because I played Renekton Gnar matchup, right? And usually I'm pretty good at it. At the very least, I'm serviceable, you know? But I also reviewed him recently. Micro's still really good. I liked him. Camilu's the one person I haven't reviewed because I wanted to get this out ASAP. We know Flackid, right? Likes AP bot laners and is relatively quiet in lane and, you know, that sort of thing. But he's decent. I like his Zeri a lot as well. Stend! Who is Stend, chat? Chat, who is Stend? Who is Stend, right? Stend was the first team I casted, I think. Or the first team I did analyst work for in my NLC stint. Stend was on a team called Dusty. Yeah? Dusty. And back then, and I'm concerned for him in the LEC, to be honest. Like, no flame. I played football with him. He was fun. But Stend, I'm a bit concerned because back then, I feel like... So, he was on the same team as with Linsus. Yeah? And the best thing they were good at was linking up Stend with Linsus. And back then, they would just invade respawn camps over and over again. And they had really good coordination about reset timers and then being on the map for the respawn camps and invading at the right time. It was really nice to watch, right? He would play champions, chat, like Nautilus. Daring, I know. We have a lot of daring players today. But yeah, that's Stend. I think he's really good at linking up with jungle and making coordinated plans and playing engaged supports. That's my Stend review. I'm worried about him. I don't know if he's good enough for the LEC. Same with Carlson. I think this is Carlson's breakout year, so hopefully he does well. But I think Heretic's the last chat. So I hope that helps you with what they are and who they are and what they like to play. They've been around the scene for a while. Carson has been playing pro for like 2 or 3 years now, and he's like some young prodigy. He was at least for a while, and I think he's mechanically fantastic because I've laned against him, right? I've laned against him. All right, now here's the hard part. Do we put SK or Vitality 8th, 9th? Bro, I look at this. How can I put Giant X 4th? There's no planet I put Giant X 4th, right? There's no way. And then BDS 5th with 113 on team? But Ice Paris are really good. But I like Mowering Adam. Bro, you know what? I think this Rogue roster is going to do well because I think just leave Patrick on island. Bro, okay, look, listen. I think Rogue can do really well if they abandon Patrick every single game, execute roams top. This is top lane. This is top bin lane. This is bot lane, right? Execute just goes top. Malrang just goes top. And Adam plays... You know what I want them to do? Gods. Bro, fucking what happened to Adam's gods, man? Okay, so Ambessa got released. And Doris, Garen are supposedly decent matches into them. You know what I need? I need them to embrace it. You know what? Rogue, you can be 4th. But you're only 4th if we have Adam on gods and Malram and Execute perma going top, playing like psychos. That's when they're 4th, yeah? I need that back. What happened to Adam? Why is he playing Garb? Like, he's just playing... I know gods are weak. I know they're weak. But, like, please. Okay. And then now, chat, we have to debate SK or Vitality. 7th, 8th. My headset just turned off. Why did my headset just turn off, chat? Eh? What the fuck? Okay, anyway. 7th or 8th. Sorry, 8th or 9th. Vitality has to be SK. Right, so what do Vitality have going for them? If I'm going to be consistent with my arguments, then I have to put Vitality 8th. Because they've kept their core roster together, right? Well, parts of their core roster together. They have Linsus and Hilly still together, right? And Kazi as a duo too, right? In fact, I should probably put them higher. So I'm actually going to put them above KC. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually fair. Now, the question marks is... Now, I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry to kill the hype. Yeah? I'm sorry to kill the hype. I feel like people with hyping Nako are riding on the hype of he had that sick Yone play with the flash backwards into R, whatever the fuck he did, where he avoided the Cassiopeia. That's it. That's all I think that people are riding on, and they think he's some mechanical prodigy. But bro, like, he was getting clapped by lots, dude. He was getting clapped by lots in EMEA Masters. And he really wasn't that good, chat. He really wasn't that good, Nako. Now I'm getting like propaganded, I feel like, by Pad saying he's insane, but I just didn't see it. So until I see it with my own eyes, then I have my doubts about Naknako. I think he's going to struggle, dude. Shayak is an interesting one, chat. Shayak was playing shit like Yasuo, a bunch of different stuff. Like, if you just look at his pool chat, this man very rarely plays a champ a second time. Right? Okay, I say that and he does. But the point is he has a very, 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 very champ pool. So when it was like AD mids, he would play AD mids. He's playing Kai'Sa mid. He's playing Renekton mid. He's playing Yasuo mid, Zoe, Victor, Kog'Maw mid, Vex. So the point is, chat, he has a huge, very champ pool, yeah? So I think a theme and something that teams like seem to have taken away is that they need like mid laners with varied pools in case the AD carry of 2024 incident, AD carry mid of 2024 incident happens again. Then they need the mid laner who can adapt. I'm happy with this list. Chat, I think I'm happy with this list. I'm not happy with this. I don't know where these go. These are too difficult to place. Giant X are solid. I think Giant X are solid. Okay, I'm doing this. Okay, that's it. I'm done. No more touching. No more touching, chat. No more touching. Yeah, no more touching. All right, I've done a lot of research into this, yeah? I've been prepping this for a while now. I'm reviewing all the different... Do you think Fearless impacted what players were chosen for the teams? Maybe. I mean, I feel like a lot of the mids have deeper champ pools now. Like, we don't really have Zwaru's, who like specific champs, so we don't have Frescowie anymore. I think Koi will be 5th or 6th, actually. I disagree. All right, we're done! Chat, we're done! This is our tier list. Snipping tool. This is our tier list. We're gonna post it. We're done. All right, let's send it to it. Yeah, we're putting it on the YouTube.